they want to be a part of.
Thank you. Thank you. Now we will go to Owen Moore.
Greetings, UMass. I'm Owen Moore. I'm your go-to guy on all campaigning needs. I promise to work hard if I get elected so that when I run next year, I'll do a better job. The zombies are after me this year. They're compelling me to run. If I don't, they say they will devour me. I think that is heck a sketch. And Zombie McCheeks is a tough man to get away from. It'll be like daylight savings time all the time at UMass, if you know what I mean. If I become president, I promise to promote a policy of chouse, or chaos, as I like to call it. Not in a bad way, though, in a mild way. Eventually, I'll get lazy and quit. Just checking. No, I'm really not this cynical about the presidency. You see, who beefed? Oh, man. You guys can't smell it at home, but it really stinks up here. Anyways, no, I'm really not this cynical about the presidency. I think it's fat, P-H-A-T. Voting for me means efficiency. Then, once I win, I will consolidate my power so that all I wish to do is at my command. And the buses will run on time. Okay, I got time left. Fess up time. Who keeps closing the door when I go to go potty? That didn't come out right. Who keeps drawing on me when I sleep? Who keeps injecting me with nanomachines to control my mind? Is it you? Is it you? Is it you?
Thank you. Now we will go to Cornelius Nugent.
Hello, I'm Cornelius Nugent. I ran for president 2 years ago. I ran for president last year, but I was barred from the debate. I'd like to thank UVC for bringing me back right now. I'm going to do some stuff to get kids involved with stuff at UMass. Now, I'd like to refute some rumors now that I'm back in the debate. I am not a caveman. I am not a nugget, darn it. And my biggest point in my platform, will be the PVTA, which is the biggest waste of money on this campus right now. Now, as a Cornelius Nugent, I'm familiar with Corneliuses throughout the world. Pope Cornelius the Martyr, Cornelius the Ape from Planet of the Apes, Cornelius Rooster, the mascot for Kellogg's Corn Flakes, and Uncle Cornelius from Soul Train. Soul Train was a show that chundered through 25 years, making hip-hop great and what it is today. Now, we have the movie Soul Plane, which was quite a romp, and it was about an airplane that ran on Soul, and it was very profitable. I propose to revamp the PVTA buses to take advantage of recent innovations of transportation technology and make them run on the power of Soul. And you know that Soul is renewable, depending on how much badonkadonk is in it. This will reduce our dependence on Middle East oil, Jack. And if we have some uptight white people, they'll sure be fishes out of water, and that's just hilarious. So vote for me, and I will establish this idea of Soul transportation, and you can all join the NEEL unit.
Thank you. Now we will go to Pavel Piano.
Recently, there has been a recurring theme in collegiate editorials criticizing the inefficiency of the Student Government Association. What do you think is the cause of this being the general mindset of the student body, and how do you plan to remedy it?
Cornelius Nugent, please respond.
The SGA, huh? You know, that reminds me of something that happened to me back in 2003, and I needed a new piece for my shoe. So I went to Gorman. This was back when Chancellor Scott was the chancellor, not Chancellor Lombardi. It was Chancellor Scott. And his wife got stink palmed. Now back then the blue wall was called Old Roly Joe's. So I went down to Old Roly Joe's, and there I saw none other than my professor. He was actually my assistant associate lecturer at the time, and he eventually went on to become a lecturer assistant associate professor. So I went to the DC. And this was a roundabout way of getting things done that day. But they had the peas, carrots, chicken, and 3 different kinds of lamb there that day. So I had the lamb.
Your minute is up. Thank you. Owen Moore.
Can you please repeat the question?
Recently, there has been a recurring theme in collegiate editorials criticizing the inefficiency of the SGA. What do you think is the cause of this being the general mindset of the student body, and how do you plan on remedying it?
Yes, the SGA, that's an interesting topic. And are they efficient? Excuse me for a second. Got to take a sip.
Your minute's up. Thank you, Owen. Thank you, Owen. Please go to James for your response.
Thank you. Like I mentioned, I think a lot of the inefficiency comes from students not caring about the SJA. And it's because students aren't involved on campus. Students sit in their dorms. Why would they care that the SJA is fighting for something that, like RSOs, for example, and getting them more rights and keeping the administration off their back? Why would students care about that? The way to fix this problem is to get students caring about UMass, to get students involved. And also, I feel that right now, the SJA has a lot of inefficiency because the same people are already part of the problem, and the same people are getting elected over and over, and the people who are part of the problem are just carrying the problem with them. And that's why I feel like bringing in someone different who's been experienced in planning events, who knows what it's like to be an RSO, can actually bring some insight, get students caring about UMass. And that's where I feel the inefficiency will be solved.
Thank you, James.
You're welcome.
Sean Bliss.
The inefficiency of the SGA comes partly from the fact that members of the SGA are in fact students themselves, and much like the average student who's not involved with the SGA, they initially don't know that much and they're not that involved, and there isn't a real process for continuing on information and the knowledge of how to achieve things within the university. It takes a while to learn how to accomplish certain goals, and most senators within the Senate and even members of the executive branch don't exactly know the right way to approach ideas they have. It's not for a lack of initiative, it's just for the lack of know-how. This will be changed hopefully by students first seeing results that they can then say to themselves, I want to achieve similar results, and they can try to accomplish goals that they themselves are personally interested in and can join the SGA and get involved with the procedure themselves.
Thank you, Sean. The next question will be asked by Crystal Tucker.